So you decommit from UNC due to coaching changes, and now you get back into heavy football recruiting. Can you walk us through how you went from decommitting to now getting on at the service academy?
Yeah, so like early on, it was lacrosse, right? It was UNC, it was Ohio State, Maryland, those type of schools that came out early. So that's where my mind was, right? I wanted to go play lacrosse at one of these powerhouse schools. If I could play football, go to a place where I could have a little bit of college fun and enjoy that experience as well. Um, and then, so boom, a couple of years go by, get to my senior year, the whole thing with UNC, football happens. Lacrosse says, we still have the offer here for you, but, football's not going to work out. And, I kind of said to myself, can I be a lacrosse player at this school every Saturday, go to the football games and watch and not have regret, about knowing that I could have been in this situation, whether it be here or somewhere else. So that's when I decided to decommit. I put out there on Twitter, thankful for all opportunities, but I want to play both sports, and I want those schools that could provide that for me in some way. So some schools came out. Virginia came out, and even Notre Dame. I mean, there's a kid, Jordan Faison. I don't know if you probably know the name, but he's playing there now. He played for the same club team I did, and little opportunities here and there that were coming. And then I remember Army actually contacted me first. And I remember getting ready to go up on the visit, and I'm telling my parents, I'm like, I don't want to go. I don't want to play at a service academy. I don't want to do the military thing. Like, it's just not me. I want, they knew what I wanted to do. So ended up, they made me go. We said we're not going to leave any stones unturned. And we went, and I liked it a lot more than I thought I would. And then it was, a couple months later when Navy came around and offered me, and they wanted me to play quarterback, right? So all these other schools were giving me opportunity to, walk on as a slot receiver. And, now Navy and Army and Air Force are telling me, we want you to come play quarterback. We want you to run the show, and you're going to play early, which I got to do here. And they were 19th in the country at the time when I committed, and both their quarterbacks went to the NFL this past year, got opportunity. So I'm like, I get to play two sports. I get to play quarterback. When football's over, when sports over, I have, a great thing lined up for me, a great platform to start off. So it was kind of a thing where I didn't want to, but thankful to my parents and forced me to kind of go and experience it. It was something that, turned my mind quickly, and I'm thankful for it for sure.
Yeah, X, well said. One of the great things about football is you deal with a lot of adversity, right? And it teaches you how to not only deal with that adversity, but how to overcome that adversity, right? So let's stay in high school. For me, one of the biggest challenges for me was, I lost my junior year in a championship. We were 11-0, going into a championship game at Bird Stadium at Maryland. We lost, right? Like, that's adversity. How do you bounce back from that? Can you think of an example when you're in high school of maybe some adversity that you ran into and how you overcame it?
Yeah. Yeah, 100%. So, early on in my high school career, I'm talking freshman year, I have a smaller high school, but I was fortunate enough to play early as a freshman. And I came in, I started on the defensive side of the ball, I played corner, and I was a backup quarterback to a senior. And there was 1 week against our biggest rival school, John Glenn, and the coach pulled me in, head coach, Coach Milheiser at the time, pulled me in and said, hey, look, we're starting you this week. It's Tuesday, game's on Friday night. I've never started a high school game before, and this is the best team in our conference now that we're talking about. It was a away game, and our whole school traveled to the game. A week beforehand, one of my best friends passed away. He was in my grade. He passed away, and so now I got that on my shoulders. Literally the day before the game, the whole team is showing up to his wake, to his funeral, and 3 days later, I got to go, play a game and lead this team to victory. And I'm a little baby. I'm gonna be honest. Not a baby in my mindset. I'm a little kid still. I'm 100, probably 40 something pounds. You know what I mean? Never really experienced the speed of, playing high school ball. And we went in there, and we lost. And I got pulled out. I got taken out. Maybe even third, fourth quarter. I didn't play terrible, but I fumbled in the first half. It just wasn't good, and I was embarrassed as all. You know what? And I remember going to the diner late at night, with my dad and him talking to me about the whole situation. And, I ended up being able to, have arguably, some of the next best 3 years in, the school scene. And that was kind of a moment for me where I was embarrassed 100%. I was embarrassed. I felt as if I let, my teammates down, my friend who just passed away, my family down. I felt like I let everyone down. And I've had those feelings before, again, in college and at certain times. But that was like my first big moment to really show everybody what I was about. And I felt like I crumbled. Now, there's other circumstances to football that you understand. It's not just about, what you're doing, but that's just how it was. And that's how I looked at it. And that was kind of the biggest moment of adversity that I had in high school.